Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Chair Yoga with Haley Hinson of Sacred Lotus Heart. Remember, each week we will be going over something a little bit new. We will be incorporating things that we've learned week to week, and if this is your first time joining us, welcome. We are going to be going through the winter together, so remember to register if you'd like to do that. And remember that we have more classes and special events at cooklib.org/events. So don't forget to check out some of that, because we'd like to thank our library, Cook and Aspen, for providing these lovely classes for us. We also will continue with our meditation and Tai Chi through the winter as well. So if you haven't already been taking those classes and are interested, you can register for those as well. They're going to be the same links and the same passwords going forward. Today we are going to take a little bit of a step up into our program. I want you to be aware of how your body is moving with your breath and with how you are doing things in your body. What we've been working on lately is a lot of things that are going to boost our immune system. We've been doing things that are going to help our back to be strong and long and to support us throughout time. Last week we worked with chairs. A couple weeks ago we worked with how you can use the blocks, and then we've worked with the straps a lot. So today we're not going to use the second chair, but we are going to use our blocks and our strap. Remember, if you don't have a traditional yoga strap or something like that, you can always use a belt or a scarf. And then instead of blocks, you can always use a set of books. You can use a stool, an ottoman. You can go ahead and grab that second chair if you need, or even use some pillows or blankets to rest your feet on. Today, we're going to use the block for underneath our feet for doing some of our warrior poses to have a different development in our program. When we've been doing a lot of our warriors, we have not used the block underneath our feet for everything. So today we're going to be doing a warrior series. So we will be doing our warrior 2. That's where the legs are spread out and our belly is facing towards the center. A warrior 1, where the belly faces the same direction as the arms. An exalted warrior, where we tip back, kind of like you're pouring tea out. And then we will do a side angle. That's where you have the bent elbow, one arm going up and over, and you have a nice long side body. We're going to be able to do all of that using our blocks. So let's warm up, and then we'll get into our warrior series. Sitting in whatever way is comfortable for you in your chair. It may change from day to day on what that's going to be. Let your tailbone go down, the crown reaching up. Navel slightly in and up. Roll the shoulders back. And pressing the hands in towards the thighs softly. Breathing in. And breathing out. No right or wrong way of breathing, just your natural breath. Giving yourself permission to let go of all the busyness, all the frustrations and concerns, setting up your sacred yoga space just for you, your own little piece of bliss. We're going to inhale and take our hands up overhead, reaching all the way up. Letting the palms come towards the center. Let the shoulders come up by the ears. Long top body. Sit heavy in the chair, tailbone goes down, navel up and in. Exhale, hands float down by the sides. Let's do that again, inhaling up and out. Again, breathing in. Turn your palms out towards the sides and then down. Let the palms face the ceiling as we come up. Turn the palms towards the outside of the room and then towards the floor as they come down. One more Notice how your shoulders have drifted down away from the ears. That's lovely. All the stress melting away from the body. Let the arms rest heavy down by the sides. Make sure that you're equal in your chair. As we move, our positions may change. Slight twist. Remember, if your lower back or your back doesn't feel like it should do a twist, you don't have to. You can do a little bit of a movement. You don't have to do a full twist. We're going to let our left arm come back to the bottom rung of the chair, right arm to the left knee. Just a gentle, we're not going too deep. We're just going to go just to where our sternum and our belly is looking towards that left knee. Breathe out. Breathe in, come to the middle. Do that 2 more times, that same side. Now, if you want to go a little deeper, you may. Come to the middle. Both hands on the legs. Other side. Remember, we're just doing a little bit. On the third one, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you may have found the space. Inhale to the center. We're going to exhale and hinge down our belly towards our thighs, keeping our head at heart level, or at least only as low as your knees. Bending the elbows, squeezing them toward your hips. Press the feet and shins forward. Press the hands into the knees, slowly lowering. Nice long spine. If it feels okay for your cervical spine, let your nose face down. Shoulders roll back, squeeze those elbows in. Push the shins forward. Tailbone down, the navel slightly in and up. Press the hands in, inhale up. Breathe out and relax. We're going to take those hands up, reach all the way up. Roll those shoulders back, wing the arms out. And then find the thighs again. And when you're ready, breathe out and lower yourself down. Breathe in, press the hands in, push the feet to the floor. And relax. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale them down. And lower. And sitting upright. Letting the left leg come out, point and flex that foot. Come to the heel and roll the ankle, draw a circle with the toes. One way and then the other. Flex that foot and wiggle those toes, scrunch and release them. Bend the knee and slide the foot back underneath. Other leg. Roll. Both directions. Wiggle the toes, scrunch and release those toes. Bend the knee and slide the foot back. Walking the feet just slightly wider apart. Come up to the balls of the feet and then let the heels come down. Notice what your lower back's doing. Tailbone down, navel in and up. Toe heel the feet back to the middle. Hip distance apart. Same thing, up to the toes, down to the heels. When you come up to the toes, push the shins forward. Sit heavy in your chair and lower them down. Draw the navel in. Notice that slight engagement of the lower abdominal muscles. Toe heel the feet even closer. Up and down. And relax. Hinge down. If you want to come down further, slide your elbows. If you'd like to continue even further, maybe your elbows slide past your knees and the knees meet your armpits. Pushing the feet in and the shins away, hands slide up to the knees. Squeeze the elbows towards the waist and inhale up. Rolling shoulders back and down, and tailbone floats down. We're going to slide our left toes towards the back of the chair so that we're on the ball of the foot. And then we're going to try to push that heel towards the floor underneath us. Just a little bit, the knee's going to come down. If you need to readjust in your chair so that you have more movement in your leg, you might need to do that. Coming up and down. Press the right foot in, helping you feel stable. Opening the calf and supporting the knee joint at the same time. Good. Now we're going to do the other side. Very similar to when we are standing using the chair. Good. Slide that foot up. And we're going to walk both feet out a little bit, where we can still have knees slightly bent. We're going to flex the feet and then point the toes. Flex the feet and point the toes. Slide the feet back underneath the knees. Let the hands flow to the back of the chair. Palms facing in, roll those shoulders back, squeeze the elbows in and lift the heart just a wee bit. Scoop the tail towards the knees, press the feet in. Inhale as you lengthen the right arm away from the chair, out in front of you. Exhale, slight twist to the left. Inhale, place the hand back on the chair. Exhale, lift the heart, tuck the tail. Inhale, let go of the left arm, reaching forward, and exhale as we slightly twist. Inhale to center. Letting go of the chair, reaching forward, clasping hands, pushing the knuckles, and rounding in the back, push the shins forward. We're going to inhale, take those hands up overhead, long spine. Exhale, come forward. Arch the back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Turn the palms to face away and breathe in and out. Exhale out. Sitting up nice and tall, letting the hands go and drift down by the sides. Grabbing the base of the chair, rolling the shoulders back and squeezing those elbows towards each other. Tailbone goes down, letting one ear drift to a shoulder. Breathing in and out. Opening and closing the mouth. Letting the hands drift away from the chair and letting one come up underneath the head or both, allowing the head to have some assistance. Finding the base of the chair again. Shoulders roll back, squeeze elbows, tailbone down, and do the other side. Letting go of the base of the chair, bringing the hands underneath the head, and let it come up. Exhale, hinge down. If you want more lower back, slide the hands down along the legs. Press the palms towards the room behind you and then up towards the ceiling. Arms stretch towards the back of the chair. And then we're going to inhale, let those hands float forward, looking up with them. Squeezing midline, squeezing the palms towards each other. Press those feet in, scoop the tailbone down, navel in as we rise up. And exhale, hands float down to the sides. Take them towards the back of the chair. And down. Feeling the channels of your energy, your aura, your very being opening up alongside your body. Toe heel your feet out to the sides. Toes can face out a little bit. You're going to lengthen out one leg just a little bit and then slide it back underneath and check out the other one. Placing hands on the knees, rolling the shoulders back, and we're going to hinge down a little bit, taking the elbows towards the thighs. Just a wee bit. We're not going all the way down. I want you to let your lower back sort of not be doing anything. Pressing the hands into the thighs, shins towards the toes, navel towards the spine. If you want to come down further, let your elbows slide down. Maybe you clasp hands or press the palms towards each other. If you'd like to come down further, you may. You can also slide the block or the books to be closer to you. For hands, arms, elbows, or even the forehead to rest on. Remember that you can stack them and bring that surface up higher. Wherever you've ended up, let your hands slide to your knees. Squeeze the elbows towards the spine. Press the shins towards the toes. Scoop the tailbone. Draw the navel in and inhale, coming up. Take your time. We've opened up most of our back body. Now we're going to start doing some of our side body. You can leave the block there if that's where you'd like it. Bring your feet towards the middle. We're going to place our left hand on the base of the chair and lift the right arm all the way up. Squeeze the inner thighs, take the tailbone down and push the shins forward. Reach the right hand up even more. You can bend that left elbow, getting more of a stretch and opening on the right side. Leaning over, but letting that right hip stay down. And then unbending the left if you want a little bit more of a chest opener. Taking the heart towards the sky. Bend that left elbow, rounding forward, and take the right hand towards the front. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. And straightening out the shoulders. Neutral. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Point and flex and roll again. We're going to do the other side. Right hand finds a position on the chair that feels comfortable for you. Most of the time it's going to be either the fingertips facing the same direction as the knees, or they're going to go behind you. If you need to hold on to the side of a chair, of course, that's going to be a little different. We're going to take the left arm up, press the right hand in, creating a second spine. Exhale, bending the elbow towards the back of the chair. Hinging over. Pressing the feet in equally, squeezing inner thighs a little bit. If you want more of a chest opener, unbend the right arm, taking the heart up. Tailbone swoops forward. And then rebend the right arm, taking this left shoulder towards the front along with the arm. Inhale, up. And then letting everything straighten out. And neutral. Seated Tadasana. Letting the hands rest wherever they feel called to rest. And slowly moving the head one way. Pivoting on the cervical spine with the cranium. And slowly going the other way. Take your time in the middle. Slowly looking up and tucking the chin. Coming back up and pausing. Now drawing a small circle with the nose, letting the skull rotate on the cervical spine. Coming to the center and rolling the other way. Coming to the center. Now that we've worked on our cervical spine, our thoracic, and our lumbar, now we're going to get into more of our abdominal area. And we're going to do this by using either the strap or your hands. You're going to be lifting one knee into the heart. So first we're going to lengthen out the right leg, point that toe Squeezing our thighs and press that foot into the floor, feeling the equal weight in your hips. Okay? Now slide that right foot back up. So you're going to try to find that same nice sturdy leg when the knee is into the heart. So when you're ready, you can use the strap or you can use your hands. We're going to lift that left knee in, clasp the hands behind, roll the shoulders back and squeeze those elbows in. Take the tailbone down and the crown up. Find your balance points. Point and flex the foot. Roll the ankle. And we're going to unbend that knee, squeezing in our thighs. Point the toe just to what feels good. And then roll the ankle again. Both directions. Point and flex. Then we're going to unbend your elbows, lean your body weight towards the back of the chair. Maybe your shoulders even find the back of the chair and let them melt in. Tailbone scoops forward. Press that right foot into the floor. Exhale, draw the leg a little closer by bending the elbows. Inhale, let it back off. If you feel like you're tensing in your neck, stick your tongue out. Open your mouth. Flex the foot. Take your chin towards your sternum. Roll the ankle again. Draw the navel towards the spine, scoop the tail. Point the toes, unbend the elbows. Squeeze inner thighs, press the right shin away. And when you're ready, we're going to sit up, but we're going to keep our leg nice and long and our arms nice and long. Breathe in. Neutral. Bend that leg. Just let it hang. Roll the shoulders back. And then we're going to go ahead and do our pigeon. We have our leg up here. You can either use a strap or your hands to help you come into your pigeon wherever that might be for you. I want your left foot flexed. If your leg needs to come further down towards the floor, go ahead. Remember, you have a block. You can also use your block to create the same action lower if you need. We're going to exhale, hinging down. You might like to shift the leg side to side. You might want to hinge further. You might even like your hands coming all the way down. To come out of that, let your hands come to your knees and help yourself come up. Breathing in. Sitting nice and tall. Helping your left knee come to the center. And letting that leg come down. Just wiggling the feet side to side. And then we'll do the other side. Extend the left foot, press it into the floor. Feel that sturdiness of the whole hip. And then slide the foot back. Using the strap or your hands, draw that right knee up and in. Nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze elbows in, push the left foot into the floor. Point the toes and then unbend. Roll the ankle. Both directions. When you're ready, unbend those elbows, starting to lean the body weight back. The shoulders come flat towards the back of the chair. Scoop the tailbone. Draw the navel in, let the arms extend. Tuck the chin if you need. Point and flex, roll the ankle. And then bend the elbows, drawing the leg closer. Push the left foot into the floor. And then let it float down. Flex the foot. Bend the knee, let the foot relax. Squeeze inner thighs. So you can let the knee be bent or you can point the toes, whichever way feels better, to let yourself come up to the center. Leg relaxes. Let it hang a little heavy off your shoulders. And then deciding how you want to do your pigeon, whether you need the block, whether the foot needs to be on the floor, or whether you can bring it up to your knee. Flexing through the foot. And then hinging down. You can rock side to side. Some of the things we're doing we usually wind down with, but there's a reason why we're opening with them before doing our warriors. When you're ready, bring your hands up to your knees, press in, help yourself up. Letting your leg come down. Toe heel out to the sides and let the knees float in. Press the heels in and let the toes float up and away. Tailbone floating towards the floor, pelvis a little forward. Press the feet in, push the shins towards the toes. Slide your chest to one side, hinging just a little bit over. Press the hands into the knees and inhale back up. Exhale, sliding to the other side, hinging, long spine. Hands slide to the knees, pressing in as we come up. Exhale, sit up nice and tall. Toes come in, knees float in. If you need to take toes to one side and let the knees both go to that side, make sure to do both if this is what your body is calling for. Center, toe heel back together. Sitting up nice and tall. And now we're going to prepare for our warrior series. So remember that there's been a couple different ways that we've gone over our warriors. We've come from our direct center where we've opened up a leg to the side, and then we've turned the second one to face the same direction, holding onto the chair and using that space. For some people, that's a little bit too hard and difficult to get in and out of. So we've also gone to where we slide the leg over and we scoot towards the other side so that our thigh is more on the chair. But for a lot of us, we can't actually press our foot in firmly, and so we're on the balls of the feet, which actually isn't always that great for us. Sometimes we want our foot off to the side, and other times we like the angle, depending on the chair that you're in. This is a wider seat chair, so when I have a narrow one, I tend to go diagonal because I have more space. I can feel supported. With this one, For my pelvis, it's going to be a little too much for my pelvis and the injury that I have going on. So I'm going to honor that. I'm going to tuck my knee right into that chair. This other leg can hang out for a while. It's eventually going to make its way back. But if for you it doesn't make its way back and it's up by that corner, that's fine. Just make sure you can slide it out and slide it back when you press your hand into the chair. Notice that my foot isn't touching the floor. We're going to fix that. I'm going to take the block and put it underneath so that my foot can press in. See if you can do the same thing. Find where the block is going to fit best. For me, I like where my heel is right on the edge so my toes can come over. So when I press down, it's very similar to pressing into the floor for me. Some people, because of whatever's going in their body, they need to drop their heel off the block. We're going to try to press our whole foot into the block if you can. Grabbing onto the back of the chair, toe heel walk that back leg out. Maybe it's out to the side, maybe it's further behind you. You can also press into the chair and lift yourself up if you need. We're just going to walk out a little bit. Point the toes and then swivel that heel back, and so the toes come forward a little bit. Your back thigh is going to wrap up towards the ceiling. Drop your tailbone back down. See if you can relax here. Tailbone going straight down. We're going to let our bellies open up to the front. Roll the shoulders back. Squeezing your thighs. Try to press the feet away. Your front shin's going to try to go towards second and third toe. Shoulders come out, extending the hands and looking over the left middle finger. Tailbone down, squeezing inner thighs, trying to press the feet away. Warrior two. Side angle, bending the left elbow, turning the palm of the face up, and letting that elbow come down towards the thigh. Press in. Notice how that helps lengthen out the side waist. Lift that side waist up just a little bit. Take your right arm up and over the head, and exhale, hinging over. Breathing in and out. Press that left arm in, maybe lifting the heart up, tucking the navel towards the front of the chair just a wee bit. Let this right arm come forward. Inhale, coming forward with it, reaching. Take that right arm back up. Slide the left arm to the knee and help yourself come up. And roll that right arm back, warrior two. Exalted. Scoop the tailbone towards the left knee. You're going to slowly tip back. You have your right hand to rest on your thigh if you want. Press the feet in equally. Let your left hand come to your thigh. Slide your right hand up. Press it in and inhale back up. Left arm comes forward. Right arm is going to follow it. Turning the torso to face the same direction. Warrior one. Let the hands drift down to the chair. We're going to hinge forward. We're going to pivot the back foot. So now we come to the ball of the foot. Arrange your foot and your leg so you can be in a runner's lunge. Now again, depending on how wide your chair is, you might be able to actually get into a runner's lunge. This one I'm not going to be able to because it is too wide of a chair. Actually, I'm going to take my foot completely out and off the chair so that my tailbone can swoop forward. So play around with how your chair needs to be for you and the safety of your body. Not all chairs are best for yoga. So you have to work with them. Lifting the right arm up. Or you can do both arms for a full crescent. Exhale, hands come down, find the chair, runner's lunge. Bending your back knee, let it drop, press into the chair. Slide those toes or the foot underneath you so that you can come to the center. You can pivot, you can help yourself come to the middle, and notice how one side feels compared to the other. Wiggle around and move. Preparing for the next side. I'm going to go ahead and move my block to where I think I'm going to be using it. Move your right leg over. Then adjusting, figuring out where you're going to be, where your leg needs to be for you. Kicking the back heel out and the toes forward. Wrapping the back inner thigh towards the ceiling. Tailbone comes down. Heart's lifting. You can use the back of the seat if you need. Front shin goes towards second and third toe. Roll the shoulders back and let the arms float up. And then gazing over the right middle finger. Warrior two. Squeezing in the thighs, pressing the feet in. Side angle, bending the front arm, turning the palm up, letting it come down, pressing in, lifting, and exhaling over. Letting the top arm down. Pressing the hands in, coming up. Warrior two. Squeezing your thighs, pressing the feet in. When you're ready, tip the tailbone forward, exalted warrior. Only coming back as far as what feels right to you. Let the hands find the legs. Help yourself come up. Turning the torso and the arms towards the front. Warrior one. Find the chair with the hands and hinge forward as you bring the left leg where you need. Find where that's going to be safe and comfortable for you. Play around with it, find it. Scoop the tail. Squeezing inner thighs, pressing that front foot in, the shin forward, and then lifting the left arm up. Maybe you do both. Exhale, hinging forward, finding the chair, runner's lunge. And then sitting up a little bit, dropping the back knee down. Using the chair to help you come towards the center. If you want to keep your legs out to the side and that feels comfortable, you can do a slight goddess or a hinging forward using the chair. And keep toes up for your goddess. Have your feet flat on the floor. You can extend your feet out, pointing. Again, depending on how wide your chair is, making sure that you're safe. Toe heeling back in when you're ready. Coming to the edge of the chair. Feet on the floor, sliding the hands down towards the knees for a lower back stretch. Slight cat-cow here. Sliding the hands up, pressing the hands in as you come up. Rolling the shoulders back, sitting up even higher. We're going to hinge forward a little bit. Slide one arm to the top of the chair. Inside the other arm. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows towards each other and start to walk the palms towards each other, facing one another. You can clasp hands if you want, you don't have to. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows towards each other. Lifting the heart, trying to sit up nice and tall. Scoop the tailbone forward. Squeezing the elbows towards each other, and then rounding in the back like in cat. Let the hands go, let them slide forward slowly. Hands press into the thighs, inhale up nice and tall. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit more of our side opening as we unwind before we come into our Shavasana. We're going to let our hands be back by the chair. You can hold on to the outsides if you need to. And we're going to walk our feet forward and then over to the right. There's two different ways you can do this. You can keep just the left foot flexed. You can take the right foot over, wrapping the leg over there, kind of holding it down and yet squeezing inner thighs, but trying to make sure that you feel comfortable on your chair. Again, depending on the width of your chair, you may need to adjust or even the height of your chair for what feels comfortable in your hips. And we're going to hinge our body, bending the elbows, sliding the body weight on the top towards that right side as well. You can also drop that elbow down or use the hand on the chair and lift the left arm up. Getting the full side of the body stretch. Tailbone down and scooping forward just slightly. Let the hands come back down to the chair. Press yourself up. Undo the legs, bend the knees, walk the feet to the center. And then doing the other side. Squeezing midline. Leaning the body weight over. Finding the position that works best for you. Hands come back down. Press yourself into neutral. Undo the legs, bend the knees, and slide to center. Help yourself come up. And deciding what kind of forward fold works for you, whether it's on the legs, maybe you need your feet further forward. Maybe you need them far apart. figuring out what kind of forward fold works for you today.
Squeezing the inner thighs, pressing the feet in, and trying to push the outer knees away. Sliding the hands up to the knees, inhale, coming up. Sitting up nice and tall.
And doing any kind of movement that feels right, whether it's something we've done today or in another day. And then deciding how you want your Shavasana, whether that's on the floor with the feet up on the chair, whether you want to be flat on the floor, laying down with the feet up on a wall, or sitting in your chair. Maybe you go to lay down on a bed, a sofa, or even a recliner for your Shavasana, where we integrate everything that we've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and come down to the floor. So slowly make your way there. Letting yourself get nice and comfy. Doing some mini bridges if you need to, and then letting the arms relax. Feeling the breath coming in and out of the body fluidly. And the music, imagining that the guitar are like all the busy thoughts. And the flute is more the quieting mind, settling it down. Till they seem to blend together. Forehead relaxing, eyes are soft, throat is open. The belly rests heavy on its surface. The mind is open and the spirit is free. integrate. Allowing a sense of peace to overcome you. Imagining that you can breathe from every pore of the body like a sponge, breathing in and breathing out. And feeling the call back to your body, bringing more and more of yourself back as you wiggle fingers and toes, balancing the body, the mind, and the spirit. Crinkling the nose and making funny faces, sticking the tongue out and yawning. Stretching and moving. Being mindful of any props that you may be using. If you're lying down, maybe you slide your feet closer to your body so that you can roll to a side. If you're sitting up, just allow yourself to keep coming back into your space. When you're ready to come up, depending on how your back and your shoulders are, you may need to draw a knee closer to the heart or even extend it further down behind you, whichever feels right for your body today. Using your hands to help press yourself up and slowly coming to a comfortable seated position, whatever that might be today. Letting yourself be nice and tall. Your hands resting in whatever position feels right. We're going to place our hands over our hearts, feeling the heartbeat just underneath, feeling the rhythm of our breath. And if you have hopes, dreams, prayers, manifestations, intentions that you would like to fill in the space, go ahead and do so now, whether they're for you, loved ones, community, the world, the universe. And slowly pulling the hands away from the heart, bringing all of those intentions and manifestations forward. Turning the palms to face each other and leaving the thumbs and pinkies touching as the other 3 middle fingers separate. It's Lotus Mudra, Padme Mudra. This mudra helps to center you, to feel a connection to the divine, a connection to your compassion and the compassion of the universe and the world around you. The mantra and chant that usually is associated with this mudra is Om Padme Om, found in several traditions and cultures and religions. Om Padme Om. And letting the hands fold back in to Andala Mudra. Closing our practice. You may join me in the closing if you so choose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. We are all connected as one. Peace, peace, peace.
My spirit honors
Your spirit. Thank you for joining us today in Chair Yoga. And my name is Haley Hinson of Sacred Lotus Heart, and I would like to invite you to our YouTube channel where you can watch this recording and others for free. It's something extra that I do for all of you that is just a little bit of a bonus and my appreciation for all of you, and to try to help the best I can while we go through everything that we've been dealing with and will be dealing with through the winter. My station or channel on YouTube is Sacred Lotus Heart. You can also search it. You can go to my website, sacredlotusheart.com, and the link's there as well. You can also follow up with more questions, and if you're looking for going in depth in your practice, you can also go to my website and contact me about setting up other invitations for that, or if you need to talk about it. Remember that when you go to the YouTube station, you can also subscribe, so any of the new ones that I put up, you'll automatically be notified, so you don't have to try to remember the link every time. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we did today or in any of our other classes together?
Hi, Haley. I noticed on the form 2, it's too awkward on the chair for me, so I actually stand up behind the chair and do it standing.
Hold on, I can't quite hear you. You're breaking up. Can you turn off the music, please? That might be why it's breaking up. Okay, can you repeat that again, please? Are you there? What was your question? Something felt awkward when you were doing it? Oh, shoot. Did we lose you? Shoot. Well, I'm not quite sure what you were asking. Darn it. Do we have somebody? Mary Kay, was that you that was asking the question?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your question?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. Sorry.
It's all right.
On the second form, sitting on the chair, I found it very awkward. So I do it standing up behind the chair, which I'm used to.
Okay, so doing the warrior series,
Correct.
that was awkward? That's great. That's why we've gone over how you can do it standing as well and using the wall or the chair for support. I am so glad that you listen to your body and you do what's right for you. When you're standing, is there anything that feels wobbly or not comfortable at all when you're doing it? Is there anything that you want insight on or help with in the standing position?
No, I'm used to doing the form standing up, and I think a lot of your audience are more mobile and, maybe more standing up each time as another way to do it.
And we do that quite a bit in our classes. We do the seated and the standing. The funny thing is the reason why it feels awkward in the chair is because your body's in alignment and you can't cheat. It's a very awkward thing. When I was I never knew that. I was one of those, I admit I was one of those that thought chair yoga was only for recovering from injury and was only for certain demographics. when I was in my yoga training to actually become a yoga instructor. I had already been studying yoga and practicing yoga for well over 17 years by then, when I finally decided to become a yoga instructor. And when I was doing my training, we had a whole weekend of learning chair yoga. I was in a sweat. I hurt in places I never knew I could hurt because I was having to not cheat, because my hips will slide. You'll slide a hip forward a little bit to find a little bit more ease in that movement, especially in your warrior twos. Sometimes we'll slip our hip just a little bit so that we think we're finding more space. And the chair goes, nope. The chair goes, your sit bones are here, you can't cheat anymore. So that's why sometimes it's more awkward, but I'm glad that you're following your body and doing what works for you. It could also be the chair. Sometimes finding the correct chair or working around that. At home, I sometimes use a stool without any sides, so I can just kind of pivot. That kind of is nice as well. But I'm so glad that you're listening to what your body is telling you to do. That's the whole point.
I started yoga in the 1950s when people thought I joined a new religion. People didn't know. They had no idea what it was. I'm so happy to have gotten back into it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and welcome back to yoga. Yes, yay. Does anyone else have any questions or comments about their yoga practice, whether with us or when you are at home? It doesn't look like anybody has put anything in the chats either. I hope all of you have a lovely rest of your week. Remember, we do have meditation on Friday this week, and we are dealing with the full moon, not just any moon, but a Gemini full moon. So sometimes our arguing sides within ourselves can act up. We can also be a little over emotional sometimes, whether we feel sorry for ourselves or we start crying for no reason. And then all of a sudden you could be angry at the world or angry at yourself and then totally chill the next moment. It can just be a roller coaster right now, and it's okay. Know that you're not alone. Yesterday I went through that same roller coaster, and so did all my other students, so you're not alone. If you do need to reach out to somebody, feel free to email me. Have a lovely day. Bye.